There are many mysteries in the world, and although science has offered an explanation for most of them, we know there are situations throughout humanity's existence where even scientists can't give us an explanation. From paranormal events to animals and unknown species in the animal kingdom, we've turned to science looking for answers only to return with empty hands. You don't believe us yet? Then we invite you to learn about those 5 most mysterious events science can't explain. But before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button to get notified every day for more amazing content. With this being said, let's begin. 5. Strange buzz. Do you think the buzzing of a bee is so strong that it can disturb a whole population? Probably not. But what happens in Teos, New Mexico doesn't seem to have another more logical explanation. For many years, the inhabitants and visitors of this region assure they have been disturbed by an annoying sound that can be heard in the middle of the lonely desert. Although the frequency is very low and resembles the noise of an insect, researchers have been debating for years the origin of this disturbing buzz. If something is certain, is that it's not a bee. What do you think? 4. One-way trips. When people leave their homes, they always aim to return. It doesn't matter how long it takes. However, there are cases where men or women decide never to return, and not because they have left the country, but because they disappear without explanation. They just vanish. Don't you believe it? Well, this is what happened to Ray Grissar in April 2005 when he disappeared from his home in Pennsylvania. Allegedly, he just had a day off, but he never came back, and to this day, no one knows where he went or what happened to him. 3. Ghosts. Although many people don't believe in these beings, there are millions of testimonies throughout the world about their existence. There are strange species that appeared with no explanation or entities that hunt us in order to scare us. While many researchers have come to determine when it's a testimony or a false test, they have also recorded some frequencies and physical forces that science still can't explain. Could it be they are really a creation of people to produce panic? We'll let you draw your own conclusions. 2. UFOs. The unidentified flying objects are a fact, and their existence is undeniable, at least from the point of view of those who claim to have captured in video the flying disc in our sky. But do these objects really exist? In reality, a UFO can be anything from an unidentified small plane to an asteroid. Scientific advances have managed to determine what was involved in some of the cases. But there are still moments in which it has never been possible to tell what those objects were in the skies, moving at speeds never recorded before and in very peculiar ways. 1. Beyond death. Do you think there's anything after death? This is probably the biggest question that hundreds of thousands of people have ever asked, especially those who have had near-death experiences. They assure it's a long journey through a dark tunnel, very illuminated at the end, where they meet their loved ones and have a great feeling of peace. But while they're very profound experiences, they are also almost impossible to analyze. The most common responses science has given are related to delusions and hallucinations by traumatized brains. However, it's still a fascinating mystery for humanity.